Welcome back to Nightmine, friends, and welcome back to Cabin Fever Dreams. I'd say you're just in time, but truthfully, you're a little bit early. I've been getting ready to undergo a quick investigation before we hit the subject of the night. It should only take me about a minute, but yeah, you know what? You can come along with me since you're already here. Side quest time. So, there's only a few things on mobile that I'm super into. If I can sit down with a big screen, I am much more easily drawn in. But I heard recently that an uncontained anomaly appearing on multiple YouTube channels during the past year just opened a PC vector. And because I owe the SCP Foundation literally whatever favor they ask of me as part of our agreements, and I made the mistake of talking about it to them, I'm going to take the briefest little look now on their behalf to see if there's any truth to the rumors about
Raid Shadow Legends, the dark fantasy RPG taking the mobile world by storm, and it's finally come to conquer the realm of online PC play. Are you a fan of magic, fantasy, and truly epic battles? Are you a fan of turn-based RPGs and collecting an incredible and unique assortment of characters? Do you love constant access to challenges, missions, and level-up progression systems? With 5 different game modes, there's no stopping your ability to play. Campaigns, dungeons, faction wars, the arena, and clan bosses are all available to tackle the world in your way. Gain a plethora of daily, weekly, monthly, and condition-based rewards, and double your gains with the new Battle Pass, making it easier than ever to fill out the roster of champions from 16 guilds. Season 1 is already live, offering free gems, artifacts, and even champions to empower your team. Then trade and upgrade your champions to create the ultimate party of warriors to go up against the forces of Sephiroth.
wow, these are really cool. Now that is a Pumpkin King. Where do I get that? Hey, wait, go back, I wasn't... Oh wow. Okay, this is really impressive. I'd fill out this clan in a heartbeat. Is that a reindeer with a hooked sword?
Yes, it is! This is just a short example of the amazing power and variety available to you. With cross-device support, it doesn't matter where or how you play, and you can get started now by clicking the links in the description box below, which will grant you 200,000 silver and a free champion, Grinner. You'll also find an assortment of extra rewards appearing in your inbox over the next 30 days. The champions of Teleria await you. Download Raid Shadow Legends and join the fight today.
Welcome back to Cabin Fever Dreams, friends. So glad you could join me tonight, because I've got an incredible discovery to share with all of you. Now, I say discovery, but really, this is the most open secret of its kind. I'm just one of the lucky few outside its territory to find out it exists. And as you'll see soon, this is the kind of thing that a lot more people should know is out there, and it's shocking that they don't. In our realm, we study a lot of online unfiction. Sometimes it carries over into physical locations. Dead drops, character meetings, occasionally even an event. It's very rare when we have something that is mainly based offline, but for 11 years, there has been an event in the United Kingdom unlike any other in existence. I want you to imagine the ultimate dream for someone who loves ARG, unfiction, the whole make-believe and immerse yourself form of storytelling. I'm here to tell you that there is a genuine version of it, and it's called Boomtown. Boomtown Faire is a 5-day festival that is now 66,000 attendees strong, takes place in the month of August, and is comprised of 13 districts, each presenting a unique theme and world build. Every district is constructed with such effort, detail, and over-the-top creativity that it rivals Disneyland and Universal Studios. And the crown jewels of each area are their stages, where musicians from over 9 genres of music come to put on jaw-dropping shows, the likes of which you could only imagine appearing in movies. Here is the pride of one major district, Area 404, the nucleus stage. And here is a major set piece from 2016, The Palace. But here's the best part, which I alluded to earlier. Boomtown isn't just an incredibly creative place for its district and stage designs. This festival has an ongoing, all-encompassing storyline that stems back from its first year and has carried through to now. And when you're at the event, you're a part of it, like a main character in an open-world RPG. The setup of the fiction is simple. Boomtown is a genuine place. It's just a very special place, which only opens its doors to the rest of the world in the summer each year to celebrate its roots. Originally, Boomtown was a small township started by the explorer Nicholas Boom, who found a literal gold mine nearby. In celebration of their tiny town's good fortune, a festival was held each year among its people, until one year a circus appeared. Nicholas Boom was led by the townspeople to see a major caravan train led by a man riding an elephant, known as the Gypsy King, who was welcomed into the festival along with his circus. This is actually reflective of the way that Boomtown began. It was supposed to be just a small music festival, with everybody camping out in tents, but a company called Invisible Circus heard about it and came by to take part. Their performances and theatrics brought a brand new character to the event, making it more than just a time to camp out and see musicians. Basically, this all started because the circus came to town, literally. In Chapter 2, which was Year 2, word got out about the festival and it attracted more outsiders, which became a problem since Nicholas Boom ran a very different kind of society than the rest of the world. Boomtown was meant to be a place of positive free rule. There was no overarching government. They were just people who would be looked to for guidance. This came under fire with the arrival of new people, one of whom was a man calling himself the Captain, who attempted to enact a system of structure and power. He was rebuked and led astray by Nicholas Boom and the Gypsy King, keeping the authority seekers too busy to actually gain a foothold. In Chapter 3, the Captain's efforts increased, pushing Nicholas Boom to seek enough money to buy the land outright and legally push the Captain and his men out. He ventured into the mountains, looking for a temple rumored to be hiding a jewel the size of a man's fist. Sadly, the festival took place without Boom present, and the Captain seized the moment, installing his form of government while the founder was missing. Now, brace yourselves because it's about to get wild. Chapter 4, An Alien Presence. The Captain sees expansion of the town into the size of a city, driving major business migration. It had become a boom town, and that came with taxes, more government, and a whole lot of strife from the people. The next part is best described by the official Boomtown story page. Then one dark night it happened. Strange lights in the sky and rumblings in the mountains until kaboom! It was as if a comet had fallen from the stars. Strange sounds echoed around the city and citizens were overcome with visions of euphoria that saw them dancing with childlike enthusiasm in the streets, like everyone was watching, but no one gave a damn. It was days later when they were still found to be speaking in tongues and gibbering to themselves. Now the Captain announced a state of emergency, declaring himself mayor, with full executive powers to deal with the incident. Citizens returned to their senses to find an enormous and unusual structure looming over downtown, installed to monitor contamination, said the mayor. But there was something strange and unearthly about this ominous spider-like machine. That year brought with it, as you'll see, the first of many incredible sets to come, the spider. In Chapter 5, Boomtown is seen to have grown to the size of a metropolis, monitored by the almighty spider machine. The mayor, seeing how strongly the people were rebelling against his rule, decided to open a free election and allow for district councilors. His plan to show a good-natured side by offering a choice backfired when the people voted for his opposition, Comrade Jose, closing out that year's festival with the removal of the mayor. Chapter 6. The mayor, now once again just the captain, goes to the aliens who had installed the spider to ask for help. They end up sending him back in time to meet the sheriff of a town near the mines that would make Boomtown a settlement. In exchange for telling him about the future, Sheriff Bain would help the captain with whatever he needed. When returned to the present day, he found there was a whole new Wild West district in Boomtown, run by Bain, who made the captain the new sheriff. With the power of the police and a whole district behind him, he was able to orchestrate the arrest of Comrade Jose and began running Boomtown again as a form of shadow leader, using the elected leader as a figurehead. Chapter 7. In the attempt to make her position of power real despite the sheriff's operations, Comrade Jose pushed for a load of civic projects and impressive new sites, the height of which was to be the Banghai Palace, named for the company Banghai Industries, now settled in Boomtown. Cozying up to corporations and increasing taxes for vanity projects backfired on Comrade Jose, whose speech at the last show of the festival was interrupted by masked men on the TV screens. Chapter 8 sees an immediate overreaction to the closing of the prior year by Mayor Jose, an unprecedented increase in authority forces on the street, and a major push in propaganda. The video for this chapter sets the stage on the ground quite nicely.
Nicholas Boom would never have believed the great sprawling city that now stood where his dreamy paradise once was. The decadent mansions of Mayfair Avenue littering the hillside, looking down on the dark industry of District 5. The gaudy, bustling backstreets of Barrio Loco, and the twinkling lights of Chinatown, dancing in the endless night. And so now, as roaring flames light up the night sky over the old town port. And new winds of change blow fears down the alleyways of the Wild West. What will become of this heady wonderland? This glittering metropolis of color and chaos? As the mighty Banghai Palace now begins to flicker and fade, and the central administration zone is overrun by the power of the people, we must ask ourselves, will anyone remember the dream of Nicholas Boom?
That year's festival featured a constant struggle between media from the mass rebels and Mayor Jose. Meanwhile, the sheriff lurked in the shadows, feeling his authority in jeopardy. The aliens disappeared a while ago, leaving him to contend with things on his own. His objective is now to capture the leader of the masked men, who have taken over sections of the city by the end of the festival. Chapter 9. The revolution succeeds, seeing an end to Mayor Jose, her regime, the sheriff, and the old forms of government, bringing the city the closest it had been in ages to its founding nature. The people waited for the masked rebels to appear from underground, but nobody came, leaving a power vacuum. And as we see from the Boomtown chapter video, someone did take advantage of the opportunity.
And so the dream of Nicholas Boom that had flashed and sparked in the flames of revolution had fallen into darkness and shadow once again. As the rise of the mighty Banghai Corporation seemed unstoppable in its hunger for more, the people were powerless to resist the shiny new future they were promised. And for a time it seemed anything was possible, and dreams really could come true. Shallow as those dreams may have been. But not everyone was entranced by this high-tech, multi-channel vision of tomorrow. Though voices of dissent were few, some still dared to ask, when would a vision of the future emerge from the shadows of the past? Beneath the thin veil, behind the mask of prosperity, if you will, resistance was still fertile.
Do I know you, friends?
Banghai Industries effectively saved the city from the brink of disaster in exchange for a slow, insidious form of establishing themselves as the new government. They brought back power to the city, ushered in supplies, restored districts, and became a controlling entity without anyone realizing it. From the ruins of the Banghai Palace rose a new building, the Banghai Tower. Chapter 10 brings us into the new scene established by the rise of Banghai, which delivers on all the foreshadowing in Chapter 9.
So let's answer the questions no one wants to ask. Who's really in control? And what's behind the mask?
It's not working, I can't get in.
Hurry, running out of time.
The code isn't working.
Activate the sequence.
I can't. You've been locked out.
We need to leave. Now!
I told you this would happen. They had full access, and we've only just shut them down. Without our agents on the ground infiltrating the maze, the whole thing could be wide open. Amy is ready to launch. We need to start the machine now.
Calm yourself, man. They will distract themselves.
Dreams come true.
Sir, you need to take a look at this.
Activate the machine. Now!
Threatened with the reappearance of a man long rumored to be the leader of the revolution, the CEO of Banghai activates Amy, a citywide advanced machine intelligence designed to work as the corporation's automated authority force. On the ground, a struggle developed between hackers, rebels, and the corporation, which was finally attracting the anger of the people. Amy's sudden intrusion into every electronic aspect of the city was the straw that had broken the camel's back. This was the year that Immersion of the festival stepped up its game in a new way. Attendees could help alter Amy's algorithm to keep Nicholas Boom safe by participating in the maze, the main storyline pathway through all the districts of Boomtown. Every step along the way, they would experience the character of each district and interact with fully immersed character actors, helping in the revolution effort and guiding participants to their next destination while doling out story beats. Succeeding in doing this resulted in a major revelation when Amy is forced to answer a question proposed by Nicholas Boom.
I have a question I would like to ask. Can you tell me who really was the man behind the mask?
There was no man behind the mask. The leader of the People's Revolution was an android, designed and built by Banghai technology.
He must be stopped! Shut her down! Now!
Access denied.
This revelation brought about the end of Chapter 10 and the beginning of Chapter 11. Enraged at being deceived, the people revolt, tearing down Banghai Industries and removing them from power. All that remains is Amy, stuck inside the city's infrastructure. In the attempt to do her new job of managing the whole city, Amy is stressed to her limits when she fails to register every single citizen in her facial recognition database. There is exactly one person missing who she demands must be found. This failure and Amy's stress levels cause a reactor meltdown in Sector 6, resulting in the now infamous Area 404, where citizens are trapped within the fallout, which has already produced some extremely strange plant life with unknown effects on humans. And this brings us to, of course, Chapter 12, Boomtown 2020, New Beginnings, featuring the State of Emergency storyline.
Environment consequences.
As ecosystems continue to degrade worldwide, we go live to the heart of Old Town, where demonstrations continue.
Don't worry about all that. The answers are inside. And remember, you are an individual.
We're locked out.
What do you mean we're locked out? Look, have you tried that?
Wait, I think she's actually about to speak.
Systems are in crisis. Warnings have not been heeded. Environment sustainability, consequences. Yet still you did nothing. Still you were so easily distracted. Change is coming. Whether you like it or not. A new way of being. A new way of living. This is a state of emergency.
Now comes the really fun part. Even if you can't make it to Boomtown this year, you can still take part in its storyline. There was a blink and you'll miss it moment in this video right here. See that? hmbrew.com. This is a real website, and it's a drink that was apparently brewed by monks on a mountaintop since the 12th century. What started as a meditative mead enjoyed by the wise few who made it has become a beloved brand enjoyed by many in pubs, bars, restaurants, clubs, and shop shelves across the city. With our range of expertly crafted and unique drinks, our celebration of the moderate drinking and safe drinking movements, our cultural and historical heritage, and our dedication to customer satisfaction, we are perfectly positioned to meet the needs of modern clients requiring bespoke brew. The site goes on to talk about the ecstatic universal order of Euclid that inspired HM Brew. You can go through the different flavors they have by selecting Our Brew, and also ask the company about their beliefs through the Catechisms page, which is a weird touch. Interesting website, and clearly there should be something here with a form, but that would take some experimenting, I think. We actually have another lead from the video, just noticeable enough right here, during the laptop sequence, thecell.com. Now this looks like fun. The Cell salutes you, stranger. Kindly enter your password or type guest to log in. If you're wondering whether RDDGS is the password, I did try that, but to no avail. We'll need to play it out as a guess first, I suppose. Entering this way provides us with a long list of documents acquired by the Cell for all humankind in the name of justice and freedom. A note is given at the start about unidentified ISI output. There's a lot of information here you can dig into, and if you want to see it all, you can do so, but the general information to gather is this. Bang Hai knew that Amy was very dangerous to activate because the system was unstable and had a lot of vulnerabilities. There is also a new company in Boomtown called OneCore, which is running a hashtag All4041 humanitarian campaign. Looking up that hashtag reveals Gordon Romance, the CEO of OneCore, who has orchestrated All4041 as a response to the situation in Area 404. The video containing information about this is available on the website for OneCore.
Hey, I'm Gordon. As a people-first company, OneCore is ready to step up as first responders to any emergency. The humanitarian crisis caused by the Sector 6 disaster and the long-term impact of the situation in Area 404 demands immediate intervention. Our efforts are ongoing to distribute aid into the affected zone. But our company can do more. You can do more. We can do more. Crisis precipitates change. Are you tracking with me? Let's make that change today and come together as one. Together, we pledge to those upon whom darkness has fallen. We will not forget. We will not give up. We are one. Here's what we need to do. Share this video using hashtag All4041 and go to onecore.ai/All4041 and take your pledge now. And while you're there, why not check out some of our fantastic lifestyle upgrades? I'm All4041. Are you? Have a beautiful day.
The ability to pledge is available below this video in a form reminiscent to HM Brews, but that's not all we have to look at with OneCore. Apparently, they're the creator of Izzy, a new surveillance and messaging drone, and suddenly we understand where the cell got their information from. There also appears to be a new development in Area 404 pertaining to a missing child, Charlie, and their dog.
Hey, I'm Gordon. Hashtag Save Charlie is a campaign I've been following closely since the beginning. As a socially responsible company, OneCore cares deeply about all citizens. We have heard your concerns on social media, and we share in your fears for young Charlie. All evidence suggests that he became lost in the Area 404 quarantine zone. That is why I am breaking with protocol to let you know that we have deployed a search and rescue team from within our highly skilled OneCore security division to find Charlie. Visit onecore.ai/newsdesk or follow on social media at Welcome to OneCore for updates. We're bringing Charlie home.
Mention of a team sent to rescue Charlie from Area 404 sheds new light on messages intercepted by the cell. There's a log by Private Lane Murphy taken from the Izzy during a training period used to prepare for entering 404, as well as a log by Commander Isaiah Mays. There are plenty of messages on the site that are encoded, so no chance of breaking that without doing further digging. But it seems we've hit at least one storyline available to us from the Chapter 12 trailer. I suspect interactions and further investigation into the HM Brew site would yield more results in that vein, where the pathways between Area 404 and this weird drink company will eventually cross. If you're interested, there's a very dedicated group when it comes to solving the ARG on Facebook called Boomtown Storyline, and they've developed a podcast called Lost in the Maze to give you all their discoveries. I would suggest listening to the podcast, since they'll be taking effectively an approach similar to mine while hitting on a lot more findings. The excitement in their voices also immediately brings the sense of watching one of the chapter wrap-up videos too, which feels cool. If you want to get in quick and be up to speed as fast as possible, Episode 6 is titled ARG 101, What We Learned in the First 2 Weeks. Boomtown is absolutely incredible, and it baffles me that more people don't know about it. Seriously, what even is Coachella in comparison to this? I love Boomtown. This is like a dream come true. I'm going to have to start seeing what it would take for me to go at some point. I guess for now, the best way to get involved is to jump on the accounts associated with the current chapter ARG. Give Lost in the Maze a listen. I'll have that link down in the video description. And if you're in the UK or close enough to get there without trouble, Boomtown is scheduled for August 12th through the 16th, assuming nothing gets postponed. Thanks for joining me tonight for coverage of an event that truly does look and feel like a fever dream. Boomtown is so underexposed outside the UK that it feels criminal, and it only seems right to spread the word and talk about something so fantastic. Their musical acts aren't slouches either. They've got Wu-Tang Clan on the headline this year. Do you have any idea how rare it is to get Wu-Tang? This has been our second installment of Cabin Fever Dreams. Next time, we'll be staying online for something I've been holding on to for a while that covers a number of projects, which some of you might know, and most of you probably didn't realize were connected. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and major thanks to all my supporters on Patreon, who make up a community that feels like a Boomtown district all their own. You can join them and gain access to exclusive videos and content for only $2, which directly supports the channel. Be sure to stick around to see the names of all of these excellent creatures of the night. And if you can't do that but want to see some exclusive videos for free, check out my Popbase, where all content is now purely and optionally ad-supported. To celebrate the big model change on the platform, I've turned off all ads across everything on my base for the month of March, so you can enjoy videos on things like Live Forever As You Are Now with Alan Resnick and Local 58 immediately. Check for the links in the video description to download for free on either iOS or Android. That's all for tonight, everybody. Once more, I'm Nick Nocturne, and like another power-hungry calamity in the free land of Boomtown, I'll be showing up again real soon. Until then, sleep tight.